All right, it's November 3rd, 2025. Um I don't think I've ever hit as rock bottom as I am feeling tonight. Um it's in the evening right now. Um I'm making this video because I'm a degenerate. I have no money in my checking account. Matter of fact, I gotten overdrafted. I'll probably get overdrafted again. Um, I've pretty much maxed out 3 credit cards, about $1,500 in total. Uh, I lost money. Margin called. With what I've done is getting involved with the market. Um, I've lost a lot. Throughout the years, and it's gotten under hasn't gotten under control. Um, I've I've been on periods where I've been able to make really good progress um, with this illness, but it's gotten me, and I'm responsible for um, everything I've lost. Um, I've dedicated a majority of my time with the market and learning and understanding, and it's cost me everything. I've ruined my life. I've don't really have anything to show for it other than the some money that's coming in, and I did get margin called for in one of my brokerages, and it shows that I don't have any control. um I don't really have anything going on with me right now, and I'm really at a low point. um there's been periods where I've been able to kind of get through this, but I'm really at a point where it really feels like I'm dying, and I've almost ran out of hope, or I'm at that point where I have like no hope left. I don't feel anything like I used to. I feel so stimulated by the fact that this life that I've lived where I've been able to, this on and off of like, make losing some money, making money, losing money, making money. Um, it's gotten to me to where I can't even take care of my basic needs. I haven't eaten too much today and barely any water, and it just shows to me that I am completely I have lost control of my life, and I don't even really know what to do anymore because I'm so lost. Um, I've lost years of work and time, and I haven't even been able to really take care of myself without just feeling completely defeated and having no purpose. Um, all I have is our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ right now. I've isolated myself. You know, I don't even know anymore. I feel I've uh I've disappointed myself so many times. Um, I'm really trying to get through this. I really am. I am an addict. I don't even care anymore. I can't even sit down and just enjoy the small things in my life. You know, I've lost everything. I'm letting my family down. Um, so the last month and a half, I've been spiraling, and I'm so very much depressed. I don't feel anything like I used to. There's so much external stuff happening in the world that it's making me even more depressed. For the last years, I know I've gotten, sucked into so many different things. I've wasted a lot of money, I've made money to, invest in myself, and I've gotten so sucked up into so many different things that I don't even really know what to do anymore. Um, I've I've lost complete control of my life to, um, and I know I'm fully responsible for everything, and I know that. Um, but I keep losing hope every day. I mean, um, well, uh, this February, um, I'd been to a psych ward and I lost it. Um, I kept losing, I kept losing, I kept losing, and it broke me. I didn't have anything left. I didn't have anything left. Um, and then when I get to a point where I started to become profitable with the market, I actually was starting to make some really good money and enjoyed it, It never lasted. It didn't last, it didn't feel real. I didn't feel it. Nothing felt, I haven't felt anything lately. Um, you know, so I did get to kind of enjoy that time, and then I did lose it all. Um, I've lost thousands of dollars of, this is utilizing, prop firms. Um, and, I've had times where I was doing good, but for the last month, it's a month and a half where, you know, it's blowing these accounts and, spending money. It's like, it's a good amount of money. So it's, and then I'm not, you know, no system in place like I was supposed to. It's to where a point where I'm just staring at a screen and watching these accounts blow. They're small amounts, evaluations, you know, and I'm just blowing my money just like that. You know, I I've really lost my touch of reality and money um and I barely have really anything going on for me now. Um I'm just so very tired. I've I've let so many external things affect me to where it's made me worse when in fact I was kind of doing better. I don't know if I just can have some sense of serenity and peace within myself without breaking down because every day is just getting tougher. I'm at a point if whether or not there's really any point. I mean, with everything that's been going on lately, I I don't know if I can do it anymore. But deep down, I maybe see some sort of hope that the world will get better. And I know that I'm responsible, but I am so deeply, I'm so down to that. I don't even know what to do. His days just go on, and gotta look back into, like before COVID, um, I really didn't know what I wanted to do in high school, um, because I don't know. This just I didn't, you know, I didn't know what to do. I wasn't the best in school. Um, I wasn't the best in school. It seemed to me that the system wasn't really meant for me. I tried to do my best. I went through it okay. I mean, I tried to do my best. I mean, it took me longer to do things, but at least I got through it. I tried to do what I could, and I did okay. But something just started where I started to not really see a point in any of this anymore. I've lost any purpose. I started to see everything transactional and, you know, I don't see a point in any of it anymore. I'm so tired. I've tried so many different things, to um get out there, I worked hard, and then I tried to start doing my own thing, and like, hey, I started like my own, store, and I started to do all these different things and like a channel, and um, I started to kind of do my own things, and nothing ever ended up working out. Um, and trying to learn how to make money and try to take care of myself. I mean, I got sucked up into so many different things. Um, you know, I've I've completely ruined my life financially, mentally, and physically. Um, the market's taken a lot from me. Um, and no matter amount of like stuff that I've done to, it was never enough. I was never satisfied. And nothing felt real. Nothing felt real. And when I started to kind of actually make some payouts and some money, it felt pretty good. But then I kept self-sabotaging and kept ruining, I nothing felt as good as compared to the market, even though deep down that it still wasn't giving me what I wanted. I Nothing felt enough. Nothing ever felt enough. Always wanted more, but I never felt better. I was never satisfied. And then this constant, you know, curve of, the happiness curve where, I mean, when you die, it's flat. So this period of just, the waves are to where, oh, it's finally over. I don't have any more capital or, fail an evaluation or fail this. I've spent a lot of money on these accounts, time, and a lot of it just was a lot of degenerate stuff. And I've wasted so much of my time and effort that I don't even really know anymore. I've been in this continuous cycle of paying stuff off, trying again, failing, failing, and okay, winning, failing, I just, it's just, I, um, so yeah, I maxed out 3 credit cards, don't really, other than, maybe one retirement account, but I had to take everything out of my, Roth IRA just to survive. Um, I mean, it's not ideal, but I don't have anything. Overdrafted, minus some money in my checking account. Um, I'll get some of that money tomorrow. Um, and I just don't know anymore. I've really numbed just having a regular kind of, regular state of mind. I have so much anxiety. The days just go on, and I can't even feel like I don't feel normal at all. Whatever I try to do, I'm just completely numb to just regular day-to-day things. I lost, with this anxiety, this this not every day, this depression, it costed me my job. I couldn't even come in. A couple times I had to call off, and I knew eventually, yes, it would have costed me my job, and it did. It costed my job. I have, no job, and yeah, not in a great situation right now. For the last couple years, I have struggled to keep a job. I've struggled to just have some sort of like regular day to day, just eat, just basic things. And I haven't been able to just do the basic needs. Just basic stuff I haven't been able to do. I can't even do that without just like having a full on panic attack. You know, I'm trying to just have like, I'm trying to get through this. I'm trying to get through this. And I I don't have any drive like I used to. I know I have to do something. I look at all the amount of how much we get influenced, and yes, I've been a victim of it to some extent, even though it's different. But the amount of gambling ads that there are that were shown, you know, the amount of young people that get influenced by so many different things, and I've been a victim of it. I've let so much things control me to where I don't even have any sense of like normal life. And like it seemed that being average is not like not okay. Like now I think about how I just want like a regular, job just to kind of just get by. You get to a plateau where you make so much money to where you're like, you know, because I started to feel it. You get to some certain plateau and you're just like, man, I don't even not feeling it like I used to. And I'm at a point where I really don't need that much to be happy. I mean, I've spent money on stupid stuff. Um, Things that I never needed, stuff I wanted to try to get better at. And everything I would start and then stop. So I'm trying to see if like maybe there's some sort of um maybe some sort of condition. I don't want to label myself with something, but you know, I don't know. I know I know the procrastination is, you know, very high. So there you go. Should have just thought of that. Um, I don't think I have ADHD. I don't like to label. I don't want to necessarily label myself with anything, but I know that I've struggled to just kind of sit and do something. I mean, other than maybe work and then, okay, we're getting through it. I can do it. But anything I've done outside of my life, I've struggled to just kind of like, other than like, there's some schooling that I've went to. Um, I've struggled to just keep at little things in life. Um, you know, I don't know how many times I can just, I've started things and never finished anything, or been able to move on with what I've learned or done, and it's often enough where you make the same mistakes, and then you somewhat learn from them, and then you don't. I've continuously kept paying off credit cards and my mistakes over and over to it's gotten to a point where like it's taken such an effect on me where I'm like I don't even um you know what's the point of starting anything when I'm just gonna just stop. I'm trying to get my life together. I'm really trying to get my life together. um you know the constant anxiety is eating me alive. um But I know I have to just at least do some basic stuff in my life because I can't sit here. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna have to. I barely have any hope left, but I have to get through this because it's affected me so much. I haven't been able to just I just I'm gonna leave it at that. I know I need to get some good sleep tonight. It's very important to me. Um, I'm gonna work on trying to get back in a job. It's my fault. Um, so yeah, I I can't even think straight.